And could Lyft be making a return to Austin? The latest on the ride-sharing service next.
There are multiple ride-sharing companies here in Austin. You've got Fasten, you also have Get Me, and a couple of others.
Well, we're looking at the possibility of Uber and Lyft returning if House Bill 100 passes. KVUE's Amber Downing is in our newsroom. Amber?
Well, Quinn and Mike, a little over a year after Uber and Lyft left Austin, tomorrow the Senate will hold a public hearing on House Bill 100. The bill would regulate transportation networking companies statewide, overriding Austin's fingerprint background check ordinance. 110 to 37. The Texas House passed HB 100 3 weeks ago. It would do away with Austin's current ride-sharing app rules, moving Uber and Lyft one step closer to coming back to Austin.
As soon as the Senate votes, I would predict Uber and Lyft will be back in town.
Anthony Nguyen has been driving for Uber and Lyft since the ride-sharing companies started in Austin in 2014.
Since Uber and Lyft went away a year ago, they pulled out, but we've had like 10 other TNCs come to town.
Wings, Fasten, Fare in Austin, startup Ride Austin.
We were created with Austin values in mind, and so certainly from our perspective, regardless of what happens at the Senate and the House, we believe that following the wishes of the Austin voters is important to us.
Ride Austin offering to continue to fingerprint background check even if the state law doesn't require it.
And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Despite finding this Craigslist ad for drivers, Lyft tells KVUE they're not ramping up ahead of the possible passage of House Bill 100. Based on his contact with other ride-sharing drivers, Nguyen thinks both Uber and Lyft could be up against some pushback if they return.
If you look at the online discussion, with all the drivers are now with Ride Austin, Fare, and Fasten, there's a sentiment that they don't want Uber back. I think there'll be some loyalty to the current crops of TNCs where they'll stay with who they're with, but Uber has a lot of money in marketing.
Only time will tell if the companies come back, how they'll be accepted. All right, so I reached out to Council Member and Mobility Committee Chair Ann Kitchen about the possibility of Uber and Lyft returning to Austin. She said right now she's a lot more concerned about the Department of Justice criminal investigation into Uber and that it's too early for her to talk about what could happen to the city's ordinance if the bill passes into law. In the newsroom, Amber Downing, KVUE News.